International musical. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't tell law in your hand for the right authority. But it can't take your law in. Crime stop right here for us. We need safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see you want talk, enemy, you check. You ever. If you see a donkey play, I'm a part of the Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it before them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it, crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it before them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it, crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it, crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it, crime for all of us.
Randy, why you taking it?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh, no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exodus Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exodus Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide. So we start to talk. I want to go with tea, but it thought of each game. We are living since in home.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good evening, and good evening, wherever you are and following us. Welcome to the August 11, 2025 edition of the program from the Print News. This program is brought to you through the kind courtesy of Crime Stopper Liberia. As a matter of fact, all of our programs here at Freedom are all powered by Crime Stopper. And also proud to be associated with the program is Exodus Best Price Store. They're on Gurley Street. They are the owner of Exodus Entertainment Center. And they also have another branch there on the Old Road, Smart Road Junction. And that institution is headed by its Chief Executive Officer, Henry K. Jackson. The last but not the least is one of the giants in the petroleum business in this country, Yuba and Sons Incorporated. We had office there in Freeport, opposite the NAFA headquarters. Good morning and welcome. My name is Wendell Nimne. Esther Daco is here this morning. Esther, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Wendell. Good morning to all of us listening this morning. It's good to be here on Monday. Every morning I like to be here.
No, right?
Yeah.
Oh, folks, it's good to be here. Ready. Tough
So,
weekend.
how was your weekend, Miguel?
Yeah, my weekend was
You went
not.
to a
Yeah, I
funeral.
went to a funeral and came back from the funeral. Experienced some body pain and all of that. But it was good that I fought it. Took some treatment and it's good to be here this morning. As you can tell from my voice. My voice is not too clear, but we'll try our possible best to be here up to 12:30 this afternoon. So, folks, wherever you are, those of you watching, those of you listening, welcome. This is the August 11th, 2025 edition of the program from the Print News. And in our studio this morning, Esther and I, we have the front page Africa newspaper and the Daily Observer. But just before we can begin the reading, we want to use this time to extend birthday greetings to a friend and sister there in Pennsylvania, the United States. Miss Tennant passed away. Today is your birthday. Tennant passed away of Pennsylvania, the USA. Happy birthday to you. It's from all of your family members, especially your sister Gatti passed away of Canada. They all saying happy birthday to you. You can also take a birthday treat from the Print News family. We say happy birthday to you, Tennant passed away of Pennsylvania, the U.S. of A. A mighty big one is from your sister Gatti passed away. So this morning, folks, it's good to be here. This country is very interesting. For people like us, we will not come on this radio and say things that we don't have facts on.
Right.
We would never, ever do it. We are not the type that will use these microphones to blackmail people. No. We are not into that business of blackmailing people. Everything we say here is backed by facts. For my age and my experience, I wouldn't use these microphones to blackmail people, folks. So when we wake up in the morning and we come here to do our work, we don't come here to, go after people. But we discuss the news, the issues. That's why we do here. So we are not threatened by lawsuit and you just name it. Everything we say here, we have facts. We'll not be like other people that would jump on the radio or use the social media to blackmail people. No. Wendell and Esther, we are not into that business.
We're not.
We are not into that business. Yeah, to say people will come and give us money to say, you'll say all kinds of things about that person, things that we don't know about, things that we don't have facts on. We don't tolerate those kind of things. So we would never, ever do it. That people will come and use us to go after people for their personal gains. We will not do it. So everything we say here on this program, most especially, most of the things that we read here are from the newspapers. We don't make up our own stories. So there were information that we got on the National Commission on Arms about the way, the vice chair is proceeding at that institution. So we'll not be afraid to say you won't carry us to court, you won't do this, you won't do that. You're supposed to be cultivating friendship with the media, not to go after the media. You as a public servant. So we just thought it wise to bring this to the attention of our people, that every time we come here and sit here, we discuss facts. No, we are not blackmailers. We don't blackmail people. We are not into that business of blackmailing people. Let's firstly extend our deepest condolences to the people and government of the Republic of Liberia for the loss of our son, our brother, our father, our uncle, our friend, Mr. Sylvester Grisby, who was the Minister of State. He passed away 2 days ago, and so we want to extend our deepest condolences, especially to the Grisby family. My friend and brother, Merkel Grisby, is there in the United States. And the rest of, the people of Sino County for the loss of your son, your father, your brother, and friend. Peace be to his ashes. The government is bereaved, the country is bereaved, and so this is our way of extending our condolences to the people of Sino County, the government of Liberia, and to the Grisby family. So happy birthday to you again. Tenem passed away there in Pennsylvania, the USA. We want to wish you all the best. Esther Wendell and your sister Gatti passed away. So let's get to the stories here, and we will start with top stories. Let us return with ideas and active partnerships. Basaha alumni in U.S. rallies for alma mater as Emmanuel Reeves donate $20K. And most stories to cover here: obituary, a trusted friend, and astute statements. President Bwaka leads tributes to late Minister of State Sylvester Grisby as government to announce funeral letter. And then this one is opinion. Rejoiner, the president is right to appoint his vice president. But it didn't Bwaka, it probably get sense. Bwaka, he won't be like, he want Jeremiah Kun tomorrow to tell him, say, he was an old car parked in the garage. So the probably will just be putting all kind of committee there to head. The old man, the probably get sense, but the probably get sense. The old man gets sense. So he doesn't want to be like, he doesn't want Jeremiah Kun to be like him, because he said he was 12 years packed in the garage, while he was still taking pay. 12 years he was packed. But folks, let's begin now with the big stories. It says United Methodist Premier Church, St. Nambwe, shut down over same-sex marriage. Dispute members demand exit path as leaders decry disruption. UMC's deepening crisis. The true cause of the dispute, fitful opposition to doctrinal change. The real issue is not disruption of worship, but rather our unwavering stance against the altered definition of marriage adopted by the 2024 General Conference of the United Methodist Church and incorporated into the 2024 Book of Discipline, BOD, currently in use by the church. Aggrieved member Stephen Trowin, Nambwe United Methodist Church. There is also speculation from a group of young people who, without fear of God or respect for Liberia's laws, are spreading the false claim that the bishop of the United Methodist Church was about to officiate a marriage ceremony between a same-sex couple. The Liberia Annual Conference of the United Methodist Church and the West Africa Central Conference categorically reject this falsehood. Executive Committee, Liberia Annual Conference, the United Methodist Church. Very interesting. So let's take a few lines from there. We'll just take two stories from Front Page Africa. Let's take a few lines from that story. Let's get to it. Let's make our way to that story. All right, we are there. It says the St. Nambwe United Methodist Church, one of Liberia's most prominent Methodist congregations, has been shut down indefinitely amid a deepening rift within the United Methodist Church, UMC, over the denomination's recent stance on same-sex marriage. The closure follows escalating tensions between church leadership and a faction of aggrieved members who openly opposed the changes adopted at the 2024 General Conference of the UMC, which formally revised its definition of marriage to include same-sex couples. These changes are now reflected in the updated 2024 Book of Discipline. Tensions came to a head Sunday when some members were physically prevented from entering the church, citing internal chaos among three splinter groups. The divisions have disrupted planning for several upcoming events, including a funeral scheduled this week. In a statement, the dissenting members of the ST Nambe UMC insisted that the dispute has been misrepresented. The real issue is not disruption of worship, but rather our unwavering stance against the altered definition of marriage adopted by the 2024 General Conference of the United Methodist Church and incorporated into the 2024 Book of Discipline. Currently in use by the church, the group said, the aggrieved members are now demanding what they call a clear and amicable exit path from the denomination, citing irreconcilable differences with the new doctrine. However, church authorities have accused certain individuals of spreading misinformation to inflame tensions. In a separate statement, the Executive Committee of the Liberia Annual Conference of the United Methodist Church strongly rejected claims that the Bishop of the United Methodist Church in Liberia had been preparing to officiate a same-sex wedding. There is also speculation from a group of young people who, without fear of God or respect for Liberia's laws, are spreading the false claim that the Bishop of the United Methodist Church was about to officiate a marriage ceremony between a same-sex couple. The Liberia Annual Conference of the United Methodist Church and the West Africa Central Conference categorically reject this falsehood. The statement read, call for dialogue and government intervention. Meanwhile, the aggrieved members of the ST Nambe UMC has also called on the LSC, that's the Liberia Annual Conference Executive Committee and Bishop Choir, to reopen the disaffiliation window, which the conference closed on December 31, 2023. They argued that thousands of congregations globally were able to disaffiliate following the 2024 General Conference, and similar opportunities should be extended to Liberian churches seeking to remain aligned with traditional biblical teachings. They are also appealing to the government of Liberia to uphold the rights of religious communities under the national law. For more than 50 years, ST Nambe UMC has stood as a beacon of faith in Monrovia. The statement concluded, we remain prayerful, steadfast, and open to the honest dialogue, but we will not compromise the faith once delivered to the saints. A crisis meeting expected to include police presence for security is set for today, August 11. The church's spiritual leader, known as Our Father, is expected to intervene in hopes of brokering peace. The dispute reflects deeper fractures within the Global United Methodist Church as regional bodies struggle to navigate growing divisions over theology, marriage, and church governance. For now, worship at the historic ST Nambe Church remains suspended, with both sides holding firm to their positions. Well, let's leave it there and take our final story here on the front page of the Front Page Africa newspaper. And this story is very, very interesting. Conservationists raise alarm as eco guards resume hunting in Nimba Reserve. Rolling back the gains. Consequences of biodiversity loss in Liberia's forests, ecosystem degradation, loss of species, impaired ecosystem services, and navigate negative impacts on people. The NGO used to give us small thing that we use to help our family. But now we are not seeing them, and we are not seeing employment from government. Since we've been sitting down, we are going back into the bush, to hunt, especially in the reserve, because there is plenty animals, or where plenty animals are. Since there is no means for us, we are hunting there to help our family. Former forest guy Paul Flomo. Let's take a few lines from this story. Very, very interesting. It is evening here as Paul Flomo hangs his single-barrel shotgun over his shoulder and heads into the forest to hunt. Not so long ago, it was Paul's job to start hunting in this ecologically rich part of the Nema mountain range forest. It is almost a decade since he swapped his weapon for a guard uniform to protect the animals that are vital to the biodiversity of this precious forest on the borders with Guinea and Cote d'Ivoire. As part of the Conservation Project Rural Integrated Center for Community Empowerment Project, known as RICE, his daily US-5 income allowed him to feed his family without hunting. But in 2023, the project ended. Flomo says he had no choice but to return to hunting. The NGOs used to give us small things that we used to help our family, says Flomo, but now we are not seeing them, and we are not seeing employment from government. Since we've been sitting down, we are going back into the bush to hunt, especially in the reserve, because there where plenty animals are. Since there is no means for us, we are hunting there to help our families. Flomo is one of 100 former guys here in similar positions. They have contributed to a dramatic uptake in hunting and deforestation that has experts alarmed that nearly 2 decades of work to protect the forest will be undone. In the absence of donor funding, my people, we beg you, go back and help to protect the forest instead of destroying it, says Madam Rennie Gibson, Program Officer for RICE Project. Go back and help to protect the reserve instead of killing the animals that is more benefit to the entire world than just eating it. The reserve is one of Liberia's most biologically diverse protected areas, home to rare and endangered species, including the West African chimpanzee and the Nema otter shrew. It has been a focal point of international conservation efforts since it was designated as a reserve by the legislature in 2003. It lies adjacent to mining concessions held by ArcelorMittal, a global mining company which has operated in the country since 2006. But Esther, I think we can stop here and then send controls to you to bring us more developments from the front page Africa newspaper.
Thank you, Wendell. Thank you so much. Just before I begin from the Daily Observer, I want to encourage all of you listening to keep your transactions coming in with the Win Liberia Cash giveaway. The code is *255*1# or ##. That is, if you're using a smartphone, you got to put 2 hash at the end, and if you're using a button phone, just use 1 hash. Okay, and stand a chance to walk away with $5,000, $10,000, up to $25,000. That's what we're giving up this morning, up to the afternoon hours, because I'll be here up to 2 o'clock. Keep your transactions coming in. You don't want to miss out on today. And I also want to remind you guys of the August 24 bonanza. If you are playing and you do not win, you automatically qualify for the August 24 bonanza. So don't feel bad if you are not winning, okay? Keep your transactions coming in. We'll do our next draw when we come back from this break. Okay. We have the Daily Observer on our decks this morning, and the top story here says over 500 girls allegedly underwent FGM in Lofa. Furious Ministry of Internal Affairs suspends 2 chiefs for mass Sane Society graduation. Advocates call for robust enforcement. When I gotta take this story, I think it's important.
They still doing that thing?
Right, I'm telling you. Let's have it right here. It says the Ministry of Internal Affairs has suspended Paramount Chief James Tanu of the Loma Chieftain and the clan chief Big Bo Kokolo of the Ziama clan, Lofa County, for their alleged involvement in violating Liberia's temporary ban on FGM or the female genital mutilation and poor practices effective until January 2026. A preliminary assessment conducted by the MIA revealed that contrary to the temporary ban on the operations of Sane or Bush schools, certain individuals have violated the directive for personal and economic gains. The ministry stated in a press release posted on its official Facebook page, the suspension follows the circulation of a widely shared video on social media captured in Konya and Lofa County. It's reported that the Sunday school graduated 502 girls yesterday. The footage shows young girls seated on a flat surface, singing and clapping while elderly women in traditional attire dance around them. An unseen voice narrates. The final graduation ceremony here in Konya town, 502 of them graduating today. Although the ministry release did not explicitly mention Konya or the video, it referenced an investigative meeting held in Zozo, Lofa County on August 7, 2025. During the meeting, Interior Affairs Minister Francis Imani condemned the 2 chiefs for their acts and failure to act, whilst those and other traditional leaders in 10 communities under their jurisdiction openly defied the ban. Liberia remains one of the few African nations without a formal law criminalizing FGM, a deeply rooted cultural practice carried out in 11 counties, traditionally performed by a female leader known as a Zo in a sacred place called the Sane Bush. The initiation process isolates girls from their families, often forcibly, and disrupt their education. The current ban, which took effect on April 30, 2025, was enacted in consultation with the National Council of Chiefs. It aims to curb illegal practices, prevent the forced initiation of minors, and ensure that cultural traditions do not interfere with children's rights and schooling. The suspension of the 2 officials is part of a broader government's effort to address the proliferation of unregulated activities linked to traditional societies. A structural overhaul of cultural leadership is also on the way. According to the World Health Organization, FGM offers no health benefits and involves the removal or the injury of external genital organs. For non-medical reasons, it is widely recognized as a violation of the human rights of women and girls. Globally, millions have undergone FGM as a cultural right. In Liberia, an estimated 50% of women and girls aged 15 to 49 have been subjected to FGM. Liberia is a signatory to key international human rights instruments, including the Maputo Protocol and the Convention of the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. Naomi Tule Swaki, founder of the Community Health Care Initiative, emphasized the need for stronger enforcement mechanisms. The Liberian government must ensure that existing laws against FGM are strictly enforced. This includes training law enforcement and local authorities on the legal framework and the importance of protecting women's rights, she said in a WhatsApp interview. She urged the government to collaborate with traditional leaders and community influencers to foster dialogue around the harmful effects of FGM. By involving them in discussions, the government can promote alternative rites of passage that honor cultural traditions without resorting to harmful practices. She added. Sulaki also called for comprehensive national campaigns to educate communities about the health risks and legal implications of the female genital mutilation, recommending the use of local languages and culturally relevant materials to ensure widespread understanding. She noted that in Liberia, FGM is often intertwined with cultural identity and social acceptance, making resistance to the ban a significant challenge. While legal measures are crucial, they are not a pinnacle. Meaningful change requires a shift in cultural attitudes, engaging communities in conversations about the harm caused by FGM and promoting women's rights is essential for the law to take root. Let's leave you there and look at more stories here today on the front page and back page of the Daily Observer. Sylvester M. Gillespie, trusted advisor to two presidents, is dead. This is side news. Wendell, let's look at more stories this morning. Surge in sexual violence, serious crimes, and road accidents. LMP report highlights. The Liberian National Police has released a nationwide report detailing a troubling wave of criminal activities and traffic accidents, underscoring rising concerns over public safety. The report covers recent months and highlights cases ranging from rape and kidnapping to illegal firearm possession and mob-related murder, alongside alarming road accident statistics. In Monterrey County, Thomas, also known as Starboy, was charged. Page 5 is that page 10. Sorry, got a completion of the story. Let's bring some more lines. Page 10 is right here. And it's here. With rape after allegedly assaulting a 5-year-old girl in Paris Street on August 3rd, police says Thomas lured the victim into his room and abused her. His confession and a medical report form part of the evidence, and he has been sent to court. In Grand Cape County, 49-year-old man Drogba is facing prosecution for allegedly raping a 12-year-old girl. In Bambala Town on March 30, the victim was reportedly selling pepper when Drogba tracked her into a room and assaulted her. Physical evidence and medical findings support the case. Criminal cohesion and disorderly conduct in Monserrado, Luis Cate was charged with posting threatening and defamatory statements about Monarchan D. Wilson on social media. On July 11, evidence includes digital records and his voluntary confession. Kidnapping. In Grand Cape County, Haji Ishmael Kamara and Aliyu Papa were charged over the July 14 disappearance of Genevieve Chemical. Both suspects allegedly gave conflicting accounts, but admitted being with the victim in different times. Illegal possession of a firearm on March 2nd, 39-year-old Amara J. Musa was arrested in Parker Corner, Rockville, with a single-barrel shotgun. Aggravated assault and theft in Lakbasi single 30-year-old Butu Kandi allegedly assaulted Taylor Moses Tokpa on July 30 and attempted to steal from his shop. Tokpa suffered an eye injury after being struck with a stick. Two suspects, Lamoya Salif and Aliyu Salif, are under investigation for the alleged mob killing of Daya Renin on August 3rd in Pinsville Chicken Soup at the Chicken Farm community. Rennie was accused of stealing a phone and beaten by a group. He later died at ELWA hospital. Both suspects are in custody awaiting trial. In a separate report, the LMP recorded 138 road accidents across Liberia in July 2025. Whoa, Wendell. 138 road accidents across Liberia in July of 2025. These included car-to-car collisions, 51 cases, motorcycle to motorcycle, 15 cases, car to motorcycle, 24 cases, car to tricycle, 10 cases, motorcycle to pedestrian, 10 cases, car to pedestrian, 16 cases, motorcycle to tricycle, 3 cases, tricycle to pedestrian, 3 cases, and self-accidents, 16 cases. The police warned that a high number of traffic incidents remains a serious public safety concern, calling for greater public awareness, stricter adherence to traffic laws, and stronger enforcement. The LMP reaffirmed its dedication to protecting lives and property, urging citizens to report crimes promptly and cooperate fully with investigation. Y'all need to work on your traffic lights too. Because I think that's one of the issues. Everybody can be coming at the same time when there's no police to direct the traffic at certain areas.
Yep.
But let's look at this story this morning. It says police besiege St. Nangbe Methodist Church as Methodist Church crisis escalates. We already brought that. Let's bring you to the back page of this paper. We have Liberia's School of Law to participate in ECOWAS Moot Court competition. Is on the back page. You can grab a copy to read. We have Orange Money issues retraction and clarification on 2% cash out fee statement. Let's take this one down. We are into this mobile money thing. Let's hear what it says. In reference to the Daily Observer publication dated Monday, August 5, 2025, and concerning the 2% cash out fee instituted by Central Bank of Liberia, we wish to formally retract and clarify a misstatement made during a telephone interview regarding the distribution of the fee. During the conversation, it was stated that Central Bank receives a portion of the 2% cash out fee. We would like to clarify that the Central Bank of Liberia does not receive any portion of this fee. The fee is solely applied to support agents' commission and operations of mobile money services. We regret the error and appreciate the opportunity to correct the record. Transparency remains a top priority in our communication with the public. Ministry of Justice hails Bwaka for parole board members' appointment. Wendell, I don't know whether we have the time. Ministry of Justice hails Bwaka for parole board members' appointment. But I think so far this is all we can do. We could take a couple of lines. The Ministry of Justice has praised President Joseph Bwaka for what is described as a timely and strategic decision to appoint the chairman and members of the Board of Parole, calling it a major step towards reforming Liberia's criminal justice system. In a statement issued over the weekend, the ministry said the appointments mark a significant milestone in addressing prison overcrowding and implementing long overdue justice sector reforms. This landmark decision completes a critical component of Chapter 41.3, Organization of the Division of Corrections, under Part IV of the Criminal Procedure Law. The statement noted. The organizational structure now concludes the Bureau of Correction Institutions, the Bureau of Probation, and a fully functional Board of Parole. According to the Ministry reconstituting the board underscores the government's strong commitment to rehabilitation, restorative justice, and human treatment of inmates. Created by the Act of the Legislature in 1996 to 1970, the Board of Parole ceased operations during the Liberia's civil conflict. The collapse of correctional infrastructure and the absence of a parole system contributed to chronic overcrowding in prison nationwide. When the other set controls to you, I think this is all we can do.
Okay. Thank you very much, Esther. Let's
You're welcome.
just recap and we'll take our break.
Okay, I think we have Gus.
Yeah, when we come back, we'll take our talking points. So let's recap those stories we brought to you, and then we'll take our break and come back and join us. So these are the stories we brought to you this morning from the front page Africa newspaper. The top stories. Let us return with ideas and active partnerships. Basel High alumni in U.S. rallies for alma mater as Emmanuel Reeves donate 20K. A trusted friend and astute statesman, President Bouaka leads tribute to late Minister of State Sylvester Grisby as the government to announce funeral later. And it says, rejoinder, the president is right to appoint his vice president. Let's get to the banner headlines. That says United Methodist Premier Church, ST Namwe shut down over same-sex marriage. Dispute members demand exit path as leaders decry disruption. UMC's deepening crisis. And conservationists raise alarm as echo guides resume hunting in Nimba Reserve. Rolling back the gains, consequences of biodiversity laws in Liberia's forest, ecosystem degradation, loss of species, impaired ecosystem services, negative impacts on people. And that does it for the front page Africa, the Daily Observer. Over 500 girls allegedly underwent female genital mutilation in Lofa. Furious Ministry of Internal Affairs suspends 2 chiefs for mass Sunday Society graduation. Advocates call for robust enforcement. Sylvester M. Grisby, trusted advisor to 2 presidents, is dead. And surge in sexual violence and serious crimes and road accidents. LMP report highlights. And police besiege St. Namwe Methodist Church as Methodist Church crisis escalates. To the back page, Liberia School of Law to participate in ECOWAS moot court competition. And lastly, but Orange Money issues retraction and clarification on 2% cash out fee statement. And lastly, for the back page of the Daily Observer, MOJ hails Bouaka for parole board members appointment. Well, folks, that's all we brought you this morning from the front page Africa and the Daily Observer. Let's go to our partner, Gus, to greet the audience, and we'll take our break and come right back. Gus, good morning.
Good morning, Wendell. Good morning, Esther. Good morning, Liberia. Gus Korma. Yeah, I listened to the program earlier, so I'll be able to elaborate more. Thanks.
Okay, so let's take our break. Let's go for word from our sponsor, and then we will be right back with the program from the Pre-News.
It's about musical. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for your authority. Then we can't take your law in. Crime stop right here for us. We need sector to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see you must talk enemy, you check. You work for your safety. If you see don't keep it. You must fight to report it. Crime stop, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stop, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stop, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stop, keeping us safe, let's stop it. Crime for all of us. Crime stop, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stop, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stop, Liberia. From the center to interior, keeping ourselves, let's stop it, crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior, keeping ourselves, let's stop it, crime for all of us. The people bringing safety to your door. Stopping crime and making peace for them before. Stop Liberia. From the center to interior, keeping ourselves, let's stop it, crime for all of us.
Robbie, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Grove Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles, tell me about it.
Exodus Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exodus Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide it. So we start up top. Come on, so go and deep and deeper. Put it to each game. We are living since it.
Okay, folks, welcome back to the pre-news. I don't know whether we have Gus with us. Gus, are you there? It's like I don't know, but Gus is not around. All right. So Esther, earlier on we stated something about coming here discussing issues that we have no grounds of discussing.
Right.
And folks, every time we come and sit on this platform, if you have any other issues to take, it will be the newspapers that you will take those issues with, not with Freedom, because we don't make the stories, right? We only read them and analyze the story.
Exactly.
That's what we do. We promote here at Freedom. We promote freedom of expression, and we provide political analysis.
Right.
That's what we do here at Freedom. We promote freedom of expression and provide political analysis. So every time we come and sit here, we don't make up stories, or we don't come here to blackmail people. All right?
That's not what we're into.
We are not into that. Nobody can even look at me, Wendell, and say, Wendell, I won't give you some money so you can go on the radio and go spoil the president. Just say any kind of thing you want to say, just make the president look ugly.
It doesn't work here. We don't do that.
I personally would not tolerate such a thing to happen. So when we come here to sit down, Esther and I, together with the rest of the folks, we discuss on facts. So, folks, the reason we brought this out, we had a discussion during the course of last week about the National Commission on Arms, headed by James Flomoya, who was the former head of the National Elections Commission. All right. And his vice chair, who is Vapana BK Wama. All right. There are documents within our possession that we read, we couldn't even go deep into the discussion or the documents because of the time.
Mhm.
And there are additional information we also received over the weekend relative to this same discussion. But our office, but anyway, we just leave it there. We just want to let you know that, we are not afraid. We're not going to be intimidated by anybody.
Nope.
Because everything we say here, we have facts.
Mm-hmm.
So if we go to court and the court asks us to produce our evidence,
we have
it. So we are not afraid. You think we'll go somewhere and say that you can't threaten people here? But lawsuit? None of us are afraid of going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you must go to jail on the right thing. Don't come and say things about people that you don't have facts on. Then it means that you will definitely go to jail. But you want to engage the media in that form and manner, Mr. Wama? Is that how you want to go about? But Esther, this story, I don't know what kind of country, we find ourselves. This thing has been a thing of the past, but it's resurrecting again. You see here, over 500 girls.
Yeah, I'm interested in that.
I'm also interested in that. So these people continue to carry these children illegally and cut their private. When, in this modern age and time, people are kicking against these things, Liberia is still in the practice of female genital mutilation.
Right. Not just kicking against it, but the fact that it brings a lot of harm to these women. It is not all the time that we women like to talk about things that happen to us privately. We like to keep them to ourselves. But to be honest, women who go through, even though I've not experienced it, but I have talked to a couple of women who have gone through this. It has a serious health implication on some people. Some people today are living with a stigma.
And they're using razor blade to
and they wish
them.
they could go back on it, Wendell. Go back and change that thing. But it's not possible. Once it happened, it happened. And that's why this government is trying, or we have been trying, Wendell, all along to try and end this thing. So I think the government now should take a bigger step. Instead of suspending this thing, it should be banned completely. Banned completely in this country. Because if people will still go back and violate the laws, we have the town chiefs. These people, we have clan chiefs. They were appointed by government with them. So if they will stay there and let these traditional people, ride them and do what they want to do, as if to say they are not part of this government, they should get harsher punishment.
But Esther, what is so scary?
Instead of suspension, these people should be replaced in the first place. Because this is very important. Why would you tell people from school important inside the bush?
Esther, you know what is caring about this thing? Not even using modern tools. They are using razor blade. So they use almost one blade on maybe 4 or 5 persons.
And what I don't understand, what is the essence? Is it helping to boost the female health? Because you have to explain to us what is the purpose
of it. I don't know
how
they stay into this, thing.
How does it benefit this woman? She goes to the Sunday, rather. She goes to the Sunday. She learns what she's supposed to learn. Must you cook? What is this for? This looks like a devilish act to me, Wendell.
This is so sad. In our country, we are still practicing, female genital mutilation in this modern Asian time. Like Esther said, what benefit the lady's gonna get if they go through such a process?
Nobody's stopping you. You can, what
benefit you gonna get?
I would say the Sunday bush can remain, even though I don't see it really necessary because we have modern schools now. Schools have gone to all of the villages, Wendell. What is the essence? Because way back the school was needed because of the role we play, in the society. you're responsible to have a baby, to take care of your husband, you know, and all of that. The world is gradually changing when the women are educated. A woman was just a president when we had a female president.
And-
Why are you still subjecting people to this? If these girls or these women are going to school, they are learning. What is the essence of them coming to this bush? Okay, let's say, yeah, you want to still, you know, install those disciplines in them. Fine, let them go. But can you eradicate this part?
But it's not even how
This
you
particular
instill.
cutting
You don't
thing,
even
can you
instill
eradicate it?
discipline to people like that because I don't know. Most of these girls are being, you know, taken away against their will. I don't want to believe that some of them they are happy or what they are going
Well,
through.
not somebody can be happy.
Yes, some.
My mom,
But
my
some
mom,
of them, some
my mom is
parents.
from Cape Mount. I got some cousins. I got one of them when you will not believe it. She was excited. Probably she didn't know what was happening there because they don't
So
expose
these
what
things,
happens
these
there.
things happen when there is no education. All right. When our people are educated to these things, they would definitely kick against it because most of the people that are carrying on this
That's why they
act,
don't do. They
they
don't tell
are just
you.
because I don't know what they're telling these women, these girls that when they carry them, they go cut them. I don't know what they're telling them. What the
Exactly.
benefit they're going to get from cutting them? I don't know.
And to add, Wendell, it's exposed. Everybody know what it is. Everybody know that when you go to Sunny Bush, they cut you before you come out. Everybody know it. So why would you be sitting somewhere and you don't know and you allow yourself to go there? If they drag you there, fine. But
Look at what
If
they
you
are
were
using.
agreed
Look
to
at
go
look
there,
at what they are using on
crazy.
them. Razor blade.
use it to cut,
Razor
cut
blade.
you.
Not even they.
And that part they
they-
call out of you, what do they do with it? When I'm a Christian, I like to ask these questions because I'm not scared.
Yeah, you woman, and so when you get on the woman platform, I gotta ask all that question.
What do they do with it?
Yeah,
Because what the
seriously.
essence, I don't know what it really brings to them. Why do you cut it? That's my question. Why would you want to cut it? Okay, we understand for men gotta be circumcised. We know what role it plays, right? Fine. But for women being circumcised, why are you doing it?
You
You have
get
not
open
told us
biology
they
class
have.
this
You have
morning.
not told us
I'm
they have
telling you.
benefit for it, but yet you are doing it.
It's serious.
So why we not keeping
Our-
against
our-
men circumcision because we know what it is.
Mhm.
But what is it? And you have to circumcise a woman. Why would you do that?
Yeah, what benefits you gonna
benefits?
get from cutting her?
That weird bad thing, we know somebody told me one of the reasons why they do that thing is so that because they want the woman to, have a less sexual appetite. When they cut that thing, you don't, have that kind of stuff. And then it will take one man will just take 5 women, put them together. Nobody that gets sexual desire. Anytime he wants to meet with them, he meets with them. And nobody complaining, nobody running around, nobody getting jealous or angry. That's
Can't
how they want it
imagine.
to be.
Can't
And that's
imagine that.
selfish. That
Can't
is for a
imagine that.
very selfish reason if that is why you guys do that. Because I see no reason why you would want to go, temper with somebody's private part. Why would you do that? Even when I'm a Christian, the Bible did not talk about no female circumcision. He talk about the male circumcision. We don't know nothing about female circumcision.
This country here, man, I don't understand. Liberia, I don't know where we heading to.
And
in
somebody
this country.
refuse to open their eyes and
But
start
let's
carrying their children.
let's hear from our people. Let's hear from them.
We did it
Folks,
too.
let's
Took us to the Sunday booth,
let's
they took it to
also
us. Nothing happened to us, so nothing
let's
will happen to
look,
our children.
you know the thing about us is that we are very different. We are very different. Some of us, our upbringing, got us, to where we are today. And we cannot depart from those things that our parents taught us, that the community taught us. Because when we were growing up, we got a lot of education from the community because the folks that we grew up with in the community, they wouldn't allow us to go astray without guiding us. They would guide us. So we are in deep sympathy this afternoon with the Grace Bay family. I'm also a friend to the Grace Bay family and the government of Liberia and the people of Sino County for the loss of their son and brother, the Minister of State, Sylvester Grace Bay. This is a sad time for our country. And folks, when you call, you have to remember the government and please, the Grace Bay family. This is our way of identifying with them, to extend our deepest condolences to the government of people of Liberia for the loss of a statesman. So let's hear from you, Liberians. Call us on 0776 104 104, 0886 500 104. The WhatsApp line is active, plus 231 886 500 104. The female line is 0770 297 016. All right. There are too many things we talk about this morning. Over 500 girls allegedly underwent female genital mutilation in the president's county. The county where the president come from, in Lofa. That's where it happened. And the death of our Minister of State. And folks, these are all, issues to talk about while people are there threatening our institution lawsuit because we came and said the right thing about the person, so they want to take us to court. But we are waiting. Our lawyers are reviewing all of our, evidence we provided concerning that talking point on the National Commission on Arms. So we are posted. Let's hear from you, our listeners. Let's talk to this person. Hello. Let's do this.
Hello, Winner. How are you?
I'm fine. Edmund, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you for the enlightenment. Want to sue Freedom FM on the basis of what? What do we do? Because if they are taking Freedom FM to, or they take it to court.
I know, so right?
We will be, because this is our institution. It's established to help us. Yeah, our voice, the government of the day should be happy. That this time around, I think we are talking. When I finish talking, I think it's a little bit clear. But when I'm inside me, you do not know my next course of action. So that is the importance of the institution, because you guys have stood for us, even up to present, the institution have been suppressed. The institution have been whatever it's been. You're there for the life. So if they carry that we don't want to carry to court. Don't worry about it. And then next thing I have to do with is female division. I don't know. I thought the life of they said the money. Okay? So advocacy group or NGO was going around and giving some money to the zones and whosoever are carrying on the practices so that they will stay away from that action. Or how come it's now on the increase in the country of the president? So they need to provide information to us. How come they said the money and then we are hearing about it? But it's still around here anyway. Look like it's just one key with the number you use. Or all I'm also rather here. It is there. And even the time that they didn't have no auditorium on it, that is not the way it was happening. The day to know what coming was because our background, the boy is would take 4 years. Women would take 3 years. But this every morning, women on the men on the other side. So if the people want to continue to carry on our worship practices, they need to re-strategize and do it properly as the old people need to do it. Because mind you, to take away the caution of the people caution from them, it is a difficult task. It's like a difficult terrain to go in. So there's a way to do it. But let us do it the right way and not forcefully taking people, because the last time when they're doing our your brother party, you're not party when you come here, we are there, nobody can hold me.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Edmund. Let's go to the overseas line and talk to this person on 267. Welcome to the show.
Okay, brother Winner, this is your big brother Tom Gill.
Yeah, Tom, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. This morning, I was listening to Abu and the other persons, and then he talk about someone threatening to take to 3 days time to retract a statement. If they don't do it, and the radio station will be shut down. But my brother, I don't blame people like from the Patrick Honor them. These are people that have tainted character. They're not supposed to be in government. In America, some of them will be in jail because not tampering with election results when you were kept.
Exactly.
In Liberia, of course not. Patrick Honor.
Oh,
he was deputy minister or deputy director general for broadcasting at EOBC, Honor Ellen government. That boy had a mind to give $1,200 to a lady to naked herself from the way she was born to pass among the crowd. You think that's what being government? So what I want to say is that I know you. We all grew up in Nikuta. You came from a home. You do a piece of job with evidence. So you shouldn't be deterred. They were threatening you. They're not doing the right thing. When you talk about it, they were threatening you, but they have nothing to do to you. That man have nothing. And he wish, let him go to court. Let him go to court and bring clarity from there. Even when you go to court, you bring clarity from the court, you will be the same person that will announce it. Oh, the man went to court, the allegation level against the institution. He went to court, the court, clear their institution. So when you will come after you say, if you really track it, then three days time you will close that. You who? From who? So my brother, fear nothing but to do wrong.
Thank you.
I know you are guided. Yeah, education is power. You went to school, you learn. You know your means and bounds when it comes to issues, and you've been in the media for a long time. So thank you. Be encouraged. Do the right thing for the Liberian people.
Okay.
When Fremoya take you to court, you will see where the forces will come from to back you.
Okay.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Resolute.
Thank you very much, Tom. Thanks for your contribution. Calling us all the way there from the US of A. Let's take this caller. Good afternoon. Yeah, welcome to the show. Tell us your name and where you joined the conversation from.
Thank you. This is Washington Swoop. Now call from Detroit.
Go ahead, Washington. Let's hear you.
Yeah, it is so unfortunate. Federal is a very responsible institution. We don't get information with evidence. So for somebody to say you can't freedom to quote because of giving factual information is so valuable. Freedom or nobody must freedom ever escape a country for cheating. So that's nothing. It's not a mere statement. I don't think it's a someone who can go tell anybody to quote because everything out there are evidence to that.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Washington. Let's talk to the Dr. Female Yeke. Let's hear your contribution this afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, how you doing, Wendell?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, let me say hi to Esther. How was your weekend?
Not bad.
Well, we're grateful to God to be here this morning or afternoon.
Yeah, I can see the sound of your voice. Very excellent.
Yeah.
Let me say hi to God, Masari, whosoever there. Let me say hi to them this morning. Look, Wendell and Esther. That be really, let people see the sound. I want to talk too much against all the crew won't get problem. I want the sound in their mind. I want to go through that cocaine and opium, they can't talk rubbish. Oh, when it was live, we are here, Wendell. They have proof for that time, When it was live, we are still money, he do that, I don't have money on. I thought they have proof, right? But the music I said, okay, I'm going to go, Wendell. You did with fun. Now they say, I get them with a blue star and say something about I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm the information minister or whosoever. Then okay, the news are about people and you talk about it on the show, then okay, for the photo. Then okay, for the photo. They're not serious in this country. Or you want to go one session and say, I'll close to that now. Oh, but they will not work, they will not happy. And then they put lie on your all the news for lie. They will say, yeah, they put lie. But the news for carry, I want to put on that show. And they talk about it, we talk about it on the show. So also you can't put a friend. You can't see anybody yet. You can't look at a friend, you put a people in the money who put it on the flash over. So every time you say you not know your function, you from here will tell you that we're peace, we'll be for you to go to court. And the people you carry, this one to the court, then the lawyer say, what are that on that too? What are they put like? Don't put okay. Then from there, the men are only two. You from here. I know part of what from here I was talking about, I don't know. And so the issue about it, people that I don't care how girls there, I don't find that person. They say there as a woman, they're not trained with them. They are not trained as if they cannot start to post on anything. Even if the power time is happy yet, they pay the boss some anima. You know what I'm saying? Some anima will happen there. I won't go and tell me what I say over there, so all of them over there. Because the whole world go here and tell me what's going to get a play war friend there. And the train gets and the pull like that, so they put it's some anima. So there is no more, is there. You see a message to the men for it's very bad and stop calling to it. And stop it. So from where you go to go behind you. I bet you.
Hey, no, Masisi, you can't do that. Please, we beg you, Masisi, please, you can. We don't want to go that route, please. All right. So we would take 2 more calls and go to Esther to read the comments. Let's talk to you. Hello. Yeah, good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Let's hear your name and where you're calling from. Patience, welcome. How are you this morning or afternoon? Okay.
But yesterday was telling you are yesterday for passing around and they got burying it. Was telling in the country that it's hard for the countries of Pakistan. As a president, you're watching carry on and representation, you take it for funeral, carry and they got burying it. Our Pakistan for the country was telling them that they say, I want one big. You see what happened to this? What are you happy? God damn. Nobody has to him. But one of the first, but I'll get it, got there, you don't want to do it, you don't want to win. You don't want to represent the country. You don't want to make a debate, I can't touch you.
I know.
You don't want to
at all.
you know what I mean, huh? You let me hear you, this one is not dying. It's not for the country, but when you're talking, put us supporting it and say, yeah, it was not for the country. You know, what they were talking about, every country.
Okay.
You ask it. Don't put me through the weekly. That's what the little pattern of what they were here when you want to put it through.
All right.
They
Thank you, Patience. Thank you so much. Let's take cue of this person. Let's talk to this caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm Zakari.
Welcome. Let's hear you. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. You know, things I was supposed to do way back for yesterday. Even the rest to go in the body, putting food or to eat or kill, it was not stupid thing. That time you put it there, it was not stupid thing. The bonus to that thing, it was not. Oh, that means. Oh, that means. But maybe some people try to start it now. All looking at can't be. It's not just stupid things. White people, they can't or something, or people, white people in the middle here. But they are not practitioners. They were decent. But now, when they put together now, maybe they have to way they put it to do it. Now, even when they want their point, they want to share it, they put their food on the field. They need you will eat a person or they eat a girl. When they full water, they will find a or the baby one day with this. They will ask with big crying. You see them all big crying, they play with this one, they bring it here. They both say more. They told them they're watching there. Tomorrow, if you order tomorrow, that means people are back.
Okay.
We come to here, the fact that brings souls in. They start passing. But this is now, the one before you play the deal, whatever one girl. Don't see that looking in your country. You know, that if you're looking at that,
okay, it's not bad. So says this person. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, William.
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, fine, thank you. This is Diana. Sorry, I'll ask Peter Peters. I'm calling from Ocean.
Go ahead, Peter Lane. Let's hear you.
Yeah. William, you see, I really felt bad when I watched that video from Lofa. About those young women into the, I don't know, Senate society or something like that.
Yeah.
You see, in not high school, but even university, we learn about that too. For studying social science, they said that in a Senate bush, the women learn about how to take care of their husband and how to be pure as a woman. But I have one cousin like that also went in a Senate bush. I can tell you that honestly, we know she is one of the worst person in our family. She's a girl who doesn't fit with one man, one relationship. She doesn't keep relationship. She complicated in the sense that it almost like it was not needful for her to even go in the center bush. So the reason why we see organizations and activists, other people around the world discourage African for those parties is because it has no benefit. You only destroy the young woman future and make her miserable.
Okay.
So for the country that the president is from, to see that no young woman being forced to go to the Senate bush, I mean, it's really discouraging. And you look at those children, most of them, they don't make decisions on their own. They just follow their parents' instruction or neighbor or the town leadership, and then they go in the bush. So even the person I'm talking about, you are forced to go there. Most of them don't take decisions to go there. They are being forced by people in the community, their family members, to go in the bush.
Okay.
So I mean, this government should be discouraging it to see that kind of youth, no young men they initiated in that society that has no benefit on youth is very bad. And Sally and William, when it comes to the press freedom issue, the government need to understand that Freedom FM is one of those stations in Liberia now that is only speaking for the Liberian people. I follow almost all of the stations in Liberia. Most of them I know their schedule. This government has, I think the government has fought so hard to take most of the stations to support them. I think they have been able to recruit most of them to support them. Because every station I need to listen to before the president where administration will be telling the citizens so negative things about the government. Okay. Now I listen to the only thing they say is so good about government administration.
Okay, Peter.
So freedom every week that I can listen to it, somebody get all information.
Thank you.
So you have to be strong because if we come out to try to discourage you, to try to close down station or close down the voices on the station, you got to be strong. So we need, that's the only way we'll be able to get those information out of this government. The ills of this government will be able to get it right.
Thank you. Thank you, Peter. And let's go to Esther. The few minutes we have to read out the comments. Yeah. We running out of time. Just 6 more minutes.
I don't know what Gus is doing.
Yeah. So let's. He's busy with something else. Let's do our show and get out of here.
Okay. So the comment section we have Harris Yasaki says I'm watching, and we have Henry Tito Jr. says I'm watching Freedom FM, following you from my residence in Caldwell. We have Diana Dennis says good morning from my end, watching from my residence in Manhattan, New York, USA. Thanks for the update. We have Peter one day says, good morning, Freedom FM family. I'm watching you from Crown Hill Community. Thanks for the show. We have Mary Tule. She says, good morning. Good morning, my Freedom FM family. I'm watching from New Georgia Estate. We have Christian Sigma says, a pleasant good morning. I am following this illustrious conversation closely from my Capitol Building office. We have Carlin Botte Pay says, good morning, my dearest friends. We have James S. Keller says, the biggest mistake Liberia ever made is electing a 90-year-old grandpa from Sierra Leone. The biggest mistake Liberian ever made is electing a 90-year-old grandpa. And then let's see, we have a lot of comments to read. We have Bobby M. Barr says, good morning, Freedom FM, following live from Bushel Island, Monrovia. President, we are forgiving. Nature has done more harm than good to him. And the CDC, sadly, many of those he brought to prominence, like Sir Joseph, Thomas Fowler, and other CDC lawmakers, all stabbed him in the back for betraying the party. They must never and ever be forgiven. And then we have God. I don't know. That's Gomi Dingmi. What's that? Combination of something. Tito says, good morning. I am following from Nuku Town. Precisely, Townwind community. We have to Ray DJ Labra says they need to be arrested immediately. Venetia Junior Bar says, I am following you from Nuku Town. He says, we are is coming back 2029. We have Jiba Kamara says, good morning. Good morning to my Freedom family. Otelo Blama says, thank God. Jefferson Carter says, I'm watching live. We have Ishmael Hammer. He says, I'm watching from Omega Ophi Block E at the Hope Medical Clinic facility. He says, this is Otello Blamo says, good morning, Freedom FM. And Bakari Sherry says, good morning, Mr. Nimna and Esther. I'm watching you guys from Nuku Town. Sorry, this morning. Thanks for the great show. We have Mohammed, Mariama J. Sherry says, good morning, Windsor, Esther, and the peace-loving people of Louva County. I am watching from Monty Dakite Intellectual Forum. And he says, no CDC partisan should elevate Sir Joseph. He is not a target and never will be. Our focus now is on the party. We are more inspired towards 2029. We will remind the people that the CDC made them. We are coming back 2029. You like it or not. We actually love his mom. G says, good morning, Freedom Radio Liberia. I am following closely for District 2 and here in Johnsonville. We have Juju Wonwa. He says he's watching. We have Nyanku Mobo. Nyanku says, wow, this.
Hey, D-Cool, what's up?
In this day and time, I think he's referring to the FGM.
Yeah, that's my
Actually, Otis says, good morning. I'm following you from Kanta Nima County. We have Samuel Hinan Jr. says, good afternoon, following you from Wiala Magibi County. We have Peter Lim Peters watching from Congo Town. We have Samuel Hinan Jr. again says, if they touch Freedom FM, they have touched the masses. We have Daniel Zerto1 says, good morning, Freedom FM. I'm watching from Battery Factory Plainfield. Well, these are all of the comments.
All right, so we got to go, folks. Thank you ever so much. Thanks for your support. Thanks for everything you do. I mean, taking up your time to listen to us alone.
Right.
You know, we really appreciate you for that. You know, listening to Freedom FM all day, every day. We really appreciate you for that. Before we go, let's say happy birthday again to you, our sister there in Pennsylvania. Tene passed away. Today is your birthday, and your sister Gati passed away in Canada. And the Print News family, we all saying to you, happy birthday. Tene passed away. We wish you good health and long life as you celebrate this day. And also my friend and brother, Eugene Len Namwe Kabongo, happy birthday to you, brother. All right, folks, we got to go. God's willing, we'll be here tomorrow. Until then, Esther Daku and Wendell Nimna presentation. Do have a pleasant Monday.